Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Math 30-1, Chapter 6, Section 4, Graphing Trig Functions, Part 3. Now, we're on example C. Complete the tables below, then sketch a graph of y equals tan of x. So first thing I expect you to do is grab your graphing calculator and graph this for 0 to 2 pi. Put your calculator in radian mode. Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to go 0, 30, 45, 60, 90, 120, 135, 150, 180 degrees. We've done this before. Now, and I've done that kind of fast, but you should be able to do it on your own. And if I'm going too fast, just pause, double check my calculations, punch the numbers in. Now, tan of theta, remember, is sine over cos. So we take our left hand and we put it upside down. So remember, the thumb went here, fingers above is cos, fingers below are sine. Take the hand and flip it upside down. And you've got sine above, cos below, which is tan. So here I am holding my hand upside down going 0. Number of fingers above is 0 divided by 2, which is 0. So the tan of 0 degrees, 0 over 1, I should say. Now, 30 degrees, I have 1 finger above and 3 below. So that's 1 over square root 3. Square root 45 degrees, I've got 2 fingers above and 2 fingers below. Square root of 2 divided by square root of 2 is 1. 60 degrees, I got 3 fingers above and 1 below, or just square root of 3. 90 degrees, I got 4 fingers above and 0 below. I cannot divide by 0, so this does not exist. All right. So far, so good. So let's draw this part of the graph. So 0, pi over 3. Sorry, pi over 6 now. There we go. 2 pi. Okay. Notice I changed the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is pi over 6, pi over 3. This would be pi over 4. Pi over anyway, so pi over 6, we just said, we started 0. Pi over 6, we are at, what did I say? Pi over 6 is 1 over square root 3. Now, I grabbed my calculator, that's something like that. Now, I just screwed up. Pi over 4 is here. Now, pi over 4 is 1. Pi over 3 is the square root of 3, which is like 1.7, something like that. It's curving up like this. And then we have pi over 2, which is here in the middle. Doesn't work, so here we have an asymptote. Ooh. Part of a graph. Now, let's move on. (120°) excuse me. In the second quadrant here, C-A-S-T, sine is positive, cosine is negative, tan is negative. So for 120 degrees, this is minus square root 3. This is minus 1 over square root 3, and 0. 60 degrees, 45, yes, backwards. And I did that quickly, but you should see it. And if you don't believe me, grab Mr. Graphing Calculator and check your points. So, 2, 3, This is minus square root of 3, which is something like 1.7, so that's like down here somewhere. 3 pi over 4 will be in between. That'll be like 1. The next one's pi over 6, which would be something like a half. Now, there we go, 3 more points. Oh, and pi is 0. Ooh. And here we are at 0 again. What do you want to bet? It goes up. Well, let's look. So, 7 pi over 6. That's 210 degrees. 225. 240. Like I said, I don't like radians. They have their place in calculus, but 300, 315, 330, and 360. So 7 pi over 6. Let me see. Oh, 210 degrees, so we're here. The reference angle is 30 degrees. 30 degrees is, once again, 1 over square root 3. 5 pi over 4 is 45 degrees. Reference angle is 1. 240. The reference angle is 60. Square root of 3. 270. The reference angle is 90, which is 0, I believe. No, 90. So, what am I smoking? Does not exist. Something divided by 0 does not exist. So, 1 over root 3, 1, root 3 does not exist. So this would be, let me see. Sorry, let's see if I can see these exact numbers here. Okay, so 7 pi over 6. Well, 7 pi over 6, the next one. Do something like there. 5 pi over 4 halfway in between is 1. 4 pi over 3 is square root of 3, like 1.7, something like that. So, oh. And then we get another asymptote. Ooh. So, without too much ado, what do you want to bet? Minus square root of 3, minus 1 over square root of 3, and 0 are our next unit, our next angles. Sorry, our next numbers. Well, I'm not going to prove it. You guys prove it. Here we go. Now, I'm not going to bother proving that because I'm getting old. You guys prove it. Now, very quickly doing domain and range. 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 2 pi. X cannot equal pi over 2 or 3 pi over 2. Range, y is all real. Goes up forever. Now, intercepts of the graph, 0, 0, pi, 2 pi. Equation of the asymptotes, well, equations, x equals pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Now, I want to point out tan is sine of theta, cos, so where cos of theta is 0. Okay? And really, note the symmetry. If you note the symmetry, it's easy. You only have to do one period here, one wave. Makes life so much easier. Don't have to memorize that much. Now, if I did ask for the general formula, So general formula. Here it's pi over 2 plus n pi, and is an integer. That tells us our asymptotes. Oh, sorry, screwed that up. My bad. It can't be n. Sorry. It's actually pi over 2, but then it's 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 odd numbers. So that's 2n plus 1 divided by 2. My apologies. That's how we show an odd number, 2n plus 1 over 2. Okay? So remember that. Now I'm going to be quiet now because this video is getting long. We'll go on and we will finish this in the last video. Any questions, shoot me an email. Otherwise, good luck.